Hey, good morning, YouTube. How's it going, guys? This morning I want to talk about why we should all own some stocks here. It's a very good way to build wealth in the long term. Um, so here I'm tracking the S&P 500 on a 1-year chart, and no matter what you do over time, eventually stocks will go up. A good um, basis is stock prices changing all the time, um, and never get caught up in FOMO. um, Fear of missing out, and that's a real life thing. That's why, kind of in a way, I don't use Robinhood no more. I had a big cash advance, so I could just go ahead and purchase $5,000 in stocks just in a heartbeat like that. So I moved to E-Trade, and I still do options here on S&P 5 on this Robinhood platform. So stocks and long-term wealth. Um, Here, if I click on, let's go to Square. So I had a whole bunch of money in here a long time ago. Um, Withdrawed the money and I bought me my first house. So here, Square today is worth $190. Hold on, that's a pretty good price. And scroll down here, I purchased Square September 7th of 2018 for $89. Um, Basically, this is a best example I can give you by buying stocks and holding it for the long term. Nothing's guaranteed again on this with stocks, but just we even this is before that um, huge sell-off in December of 2018. Let's see if I can go back 5 years, and let's see, they had a huge sell-off here in the end of 2018 in December. They had a huge sell-off right here, and I purchased it back here in September, and I didn't flinch about it, and I just held it. Um, and looking back on this, damn, look where it's at now. $190. Doubled my money if I just held on to it. That's just basically long-term wealth. Um, that's looking back on it, that's just crazy. Not all of them are winners though. So let's let's go to Home Depot HD. Pretty sure I had Home Depot before today's stock price is 289, and I purchased them September 11th for 213, and today they're worth 289. So I would have earned a $200 possibly on all three shares that I had at the time, while collecting a dividend. You can't go wrong with that, people. You cannot go wrong with that. Again, all this is a recommendation. This is just a channel for me to document a long-term investing wealth. Um, Also, I think of investing in stocks and long term is a savings account for me. I put money into this account every week. Um, I earn money while stocks are going up, of course, earn a little bit of dividends, and took out the money and used it for a down payment. It's basically a savings. But again, it's not always guaranteed. So here in February 1st, 21st, where we had that coronavirus action go on, Home Depot was sitting up at 245, dipped all the way down to 152. So no matter, you just gotta hold on to it while getting collecting a dividend. This so again, stocks is just basically a savings account for some of us that you can earn money for the long term. If you hold on to it for 10, 20 years, it's just gonna get absolutely insane. Compounding dividends is not everybody understands the compounding of a dividend. I'll explain compounding in another video, but this morning I'm just talking about important basics of owning stocks for the long term. Um, Not all of them are winners. Stocks are not price. Stock prices are not always um, they're not always going to go up. Sometimes companies fail. Sometimes companies expand. I know a company I've been paying attention to lately is called Zillow, and they're a market, they're a real estate company that platform. I don't think they're not a real estate agent, but they have a platform where buyers and sellers they connect. They're basically a Uber or a Airbnb. They're connecting two people together using Zillow, and they had a few purchases over this last few months where they just been from a $27 stock to a $100 stock. I mean, it's strictly a growth stock here, but this is a lot of growth for 1 year, honestly. Um, so let's just look into it. Zillow, what company? Zillow's bought what companies? Zillow owns. Zillow bought 10 companies in the last 5 years. Um, they are capitalizing on growth. Um, Zillow is one of the fastest. I don't want you. I just wanted to point that out. Zillow is just growing like crazy. A heavy stock I owned before was Coca-Cola. Sorry about that. I was making a whole bunch of money on dividends. I owned them before this whole thing where it was a nice price back here in before this time. I somehow I just magic I had perfect timing and I sold my portfolio before April or March and I pocketed a lot of money in here. I owned 30 shares and obviously here you could see um I used a system where I'd buy a share prior to the ex-dividend date and just every week I'd deposit money. I'd look for the very next one with a dividend and I'd purchase a stocks to to increase the dividend price. So here I bought stocks and I made $36 just sitting on it. Also with the rising value of stocks, so in the history here, I slowly bought into every company I own. Stocks are amazing. I bought 6 shares at $46. I bought 8 shares at $44. I bought another 2 shares at 49. Bought another 12 shares at 49, and I sold all 30 shares for $57 while earning all this dividends in between. It was a win-win situation. But here today, KO isn't the same price as what it was when I had it, but which is okay. Another one I had was AT&T. AT&T is a great dividend stock. It's awesome company, absolutely, for their dividends. And I owned I think it was 50 shares, 53 shares at $38. Today they're worth 27. Not too bad, but over 1 year there were high flyers here in early early this year and late last year. Um, and show more. And I was collecting $30 every 3 months just owning shares, guys, and ladies and gentlemen. And you can't go wrong with buying stocks for the long term. It's just I used I'll show you what I mean by buying into um the dividend. So here I just slowly bought shares every time I made a deposit. I just bought a share. It's just basically a savings account. I own them at $32, $30. I kind of averaged the price down no matter what it was, and I another five for $32, and I sold off 50 at $38 while earning extra $75 for just holding the stocks. Um, the stock market is just everybody should own stocks. Um, so stocks are the best way to build wealth again. Um, just here. the stock market is not the economy. The economy